Like, subscribe, let's go. The mask. The oversized teeth on the mask character were originally to be used only during silent scenes, but Jim Carrey learned to talk while wearing them to make his character that much more wacky.
You'll know how to keep a secret. Come see.
The secret garden, the corridor leading to Colin Craven's room, and the interior of the room are decorated with tapestries depicting Edward VI, a sickly boy king who died young at the age of 16. Heavyweights. While Ben Stiller played the parts of both Tony Perkins and his father, the Bushkins were played by his actual parents, Jerry Stiller and Ann Mira. The Sixth Sense. A lot of the members of M. Night Shyamalan's family are doctors. This is the reason why he cameos as a doctor, as a tribute to his family. The Matrix? Carrie-Anne Moss twisted her ankle while shooting one of her scenes, but decided not to tell anyone until after filming, so they wouldn't recast her. Starship Troopers. The Bug Planet scenes, Klendathu, Tango Urilla, Planet P, were filmed in the Badlands of Hell's Half Acre in Natrona County, Wyoming.
I mean, what's wrong with you? You hump a baseball glove?
Good Will Hunting. During the bench scene in the public garden, Robin Williams and Matt Damon appear alone, but over 3,000 onlookers gathered to watch due to Williams' star power.
So you enjoying yourself?
American Pie. Members of the California punk band Blink-182 are shown during the internet broadcast scene. Their song Mutt is playing in the background.
Glycerin in your back. Besides, the feds are mixed up in this. I don't want to keep it. I just want to...
The Rocketeer. Beemans is the lucky gum of pilots. In The Right Stuff, Chuck Yeager asks his crew member friend for some Beemans before a flight.
As it seems, and why should they have all the fun? It should belong to anyone, not anyone.
The Nightmare Before Christmas. Tim Burton's poem was inspired by seeing a Halloween display replaced with Christmas decorations, sparking his imagination. The Shawshank Redemption. Stephen King never cashed his $5,000 rights check. Years later, he framed it and sent it back to Frank Darabont with a note. In case you ever need bail money. Love, Steve.
How about half of one? Get it, sir?
Robin Hood, Men in Tights. When Mel Brooks first called Cary Elwes to offer him the lead role, Elwes thought it was a prank and hung up on him.
T squared, where S is the altitude, A is the gravity constant, 32.
October Sky. The author wanted Rocket Boys, but the studio disagreed. They settled on October Sky, an anagram of the original title and a nod to Sputnik's launch. The Sandlot. In Benny's dream, Babe Ruth asks for a Hank Aaron card, fitting as Aaron later broke Ruth's home run record.
Cops. See the border? Yes, I saw the border.
From dusk till dawn, green blood was used for the vampires to get the movie past the censors.
How we turn this thing off?
On the fountain, there should be 2 jugs. Do you see them?
Die Hard with a Vengeance. Zeus Carver lifts a gold bar and says, "Damn, this is heavy." Federal Reserve gold bars weigh about 25 pounds.
Never get in the wide world.
Just for running.
Forrest Gump. The line, "My name is Forrest Gump. People call me Forrest Gump," was ad-libbed by Tom Hanks. Edward Scissorhands. The entire story is meant to be seen through Edward's eyes, which is why the neighborhood looks so fantastical.
2 options, unemployment or early retirement. What's it gonna be?
Office Space. In real life, TGI Fridays stopped requiring its waitstaff to wear flair because of this movie. Jurassic Park. When Michael Crichton was asked why the novel has Jurassic in the title and has a dinosaur from the Cretaceous period on the cover, he replied that had never occurred to him and admitted that was just the best-looking design. The Fifth Element. Luc Besson conceived the story as a child and wrote the script at 16, but the film wasn't released until he was 38.
Just let them come.
Beauty and the Beast. The name of Gaston's sidekick, Le Fou, is pronounced just like the French words meaning the idiot, the fool, or the insane.
Cut it, go! Cut him off, that way! Over there!
Total Recall. Impressed by Sharon Stone's dedication, Arnold Schwarzenegger called her the female Terminator. She became an honorary Stuntwoman Association member. Happy Gilmore. Bob Barker wasn't sure if he wanted to be in the movie. When he learned that he was going to win the fight with Adam Sandler, he accepted the role. Twister. A recording of a camel's moan was slowed down and used as the sound of the tornado.
Looks like it, but who knows? The opportunity was there, in my experience.
Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. Jason Statham has worked as a street vendor in real life, similar to the character he plays in the opening of the film.
Have you ever heard of a little show called Branded, dude? Yeah, yes, I know. All but one man died there.
The Big Lebowski. A lot of the dude's clothes in the movie were Jeff Bridges' own clothes, including his Jelly's sandals, which he still owns and uses to this day.
Run the asshole by the car wash?
You choking the bee.
The Nutty Professor. Jerry Lewis, who starred in the original The Nutty Professor, was set to make a cameo, but pulled out after expressing dissatisfaction at the amount of fart jokes in the script.
Around here and not a lot of follow through.
American History X. Before filming began, Edward Norton and Edward Furlong shaved their heads for their roles. Edward Norton also gained 30 pounds of muscle.
Yes, no arguments.
No, I don't want to go.
Deep Impact. The president's line was changed from, "This is not Armageddon," after producers realized the film would compete with Armageddon.
What is this thing gonna stop? Stop it!
Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Tobey Maguire wears a t-shirt with Ralph Steadman's picture on it. Ralph Steadman did the original illustrations for the book, and the credits typeface is based on his handwriting. Aladdin. Whenever Aladdin tells a lie, the big purple feather on his turban falls and covers his face.
Sort of missionary chap, spreading the good word and all that, but this is my sister, Evie. How do you...
The Mummy. In one scene, Benny struggles to load a sack of gold onto a camel that refuses to move, as all the camels inexplicably disliked Kevin J. O'Connor. Seven. New Line Cinema executives originally balked at the film's ending, but Brad Pitt refused to make the film if the ending was changed. The Silence of the Lambs. The real-life FBI's behavioral science unit assisted in the making of this movie.
Those damn pools.
I feel fear, cold, alone.
Ghost in the Shell. Unlike typical anime where characters blink to seem animated, Motoko's unblinking eyes in this movie, as intended by director Mamoru Oshii, depict her as a doll. Volcano. The lava was primarily made of methyl cellulose, the thickening agent used in fast food milkshakes.
Burst in. I did it. And even when we were at my grandmother's funeral and you told
Mallrats. Brody's comic book collection seen in the movie was director Kevin Smith's collection at the time. Princess Mononoke. Director Hayao Miyazaki personally corrected or redrew more than 80,000 of the film's 144,000 animation cells.
What's the deal with you?
Jumanji. The Paris shoes sign is still on display in Keene, New Hampshire.
Thank you.
Face Off. The studio wanted John Woo to take the slash out of the title. He kept it in so people wouldn't think it was a hockey movie.
This is Jack Rabbit Slims.
And Elvis met
Pulp Fiction. Uma Thurman initially rejected the role of Mia Wallace, but Quentin Tarantino persuaded her by reading the script over the phone. Saving Private Ryan, the two German soldiers shot while attempting to surrender, were actually Czech, pleading, "Please don't shoot. I'm not German. I'm Czech. I didn't kill anyone."
Just for you to drive. We're okay for now. Just keep us above 50. Good plan.
Speed. Sandra Bullock actually learned to drive a bus for the film, passing her test on her first attempt. Donnie Brasco. Al Pacino was originally going to play Brasco. When he switched to Lefty, he recommended Johnny Depp. Schindler's List. Survivor Mila Pfefferberg trembled upon meeting Ralph Fiennes on set, as he strongly resembled the real Eamon Goth. Army of Darkness, released in Japan as Captain Supermarket.
Harry?
Why the hell just take your shoes off?
Why the hell you dressed like a chicken?
Home Alone. Joe Pesci deliberately avoided Macaulay Culkin on set because he wanted Culkin to think he was mean. Goodfellas. Robert De Niro used $5,000 of the prop master's real money for a scene, disliking fake money's feel, and no one left until it was all returned and counted after each take.
As fast as you might think.
More coffee, hon?
Yeah, just keep it coming, please.
Groundhog Day. Bill Murray was bitten by the groundhog twice during shooting. Murray received a course of rabies vaccines as a result.
I'm not gonna do what everyone thinks I'm gonna do.
Half-Baked. Mary Jane's last name is Potman. The Boondock Saints. Connor's left-hand tattoo reads Veritas, truth, while Murphy's right-hand tattoo reads Equitas, justice, equality in Latin.
Okay, no matter whose pride it may hurt. It's not a matter of pride, stupid! Loki, kill a girl. What are you, high?
Dogma. Jason Mewes memorized the script to avoid upsetting Alan Rickman and to meet Kevin Smith's demand for top performance. Judge Dredd. Dredd removing his helmet sparked controversy, as he never does in the comics, except once with his disfigured face censored. Apollo 13. In some scenes where the Earth can be seen from the windows of Apollo 13, it is one of the photos taken by Jim Lovell and Bill Anders on the Apollo 8 mission.
A drink.
Don't move. I'll go get one.
Leon, the professional. Natalie Portman beat out 2,000 other actresses for the role of Matilda.
End up on the back of a milk carton now, would we?
Blade. Stan Lee's cut cameo had him as a cop finding Quinn's burning body in the Blood Club aftermath. Johnny Mnemonic. The script was reportedly left at Keanu Reeves' doorstep, sparking his interest and securing his role as Johnny.
You guys well.
Thanks.
You guys kick ass. You're double life gonzo, intensity and...
Wayne's World. Dana Carvey did his own drum playing for the music shop scene. Arachnophobia, the sound of a spider being crushed by John Goodman, was made by the Foley artists crushing a couple of potato chips.
I see things so clearly now. I choose.
Billy Madison. Norm Macdonald was drunk in the scene where his character is wasted.
Who was working here?
Just me.
I thought you just said you went to play hockey and then went to a funeral.
Clerks. Kevin Smith, a comic enthusiast, sold much of his collection to fund the film, but later repurchased most of it. Terminator 2, Judgment Day. There was concern as to how realistic CGI would look when it came to the helicopter going under the bridge, so the pilot just did it for real.
Everybody's been there.
Wait, where, nigga? Spit it out.
Boys in the Hood. John Singleton kept gunfire timing secret from actors for authentic reactions.
This dragon is history.
The Pagemaster. Christopher Lloyd's Mr. Dewey, named after the Dewey Decimal System, he also resembles Charles Dickens.
This is the phone line of whoever's tracing me and jams their modem so they can't hang.
GoldenEye, computer graphics were used to create the famous gun barrel opening, making this movie the first James Bond film to use CGI.
See, Dad's in love. Get out of here. Dad doesn't fall in love. I mean, at least...
The Parent Trap. When Lindsay Lohan was 11, she pretended to be ill so she could skip school and go to her first movie audition for The Parent Trap.
It's fine, but I think you're in a wee spot of trouble.
Ronin. A total of 80 automobiles were destroyed during filming.
Anthony Perkins, Psycho.
Scream. The use of caller ID increased more than threefold after the release of this film.
Him, that can't be William Wallace.
Braveheart. Several major battle scenes had to be reshot because extras were wearing sunglasses and wristwatches.
I felt sorry for guys packed.
Fight Club. Author Chuck Palahniuk has stated that he found the film to be an improvement on his novel.
Ever again.
American Beauty. When Lester throws the asparagus, he was supposed to throw it on the floor. The reactions are genuine.
I can handle it. Besides, the only thing I'm really afraid of is a kangaroo.
Anaconda. The CGI for the anacondas cost $100,000 per second.
For $200 already?
Just about.
All right, well.
Blank Check. The amusement park is Six Flags Fiesta Texas in San Antonio, Texas.
Good boy. Thank you. Want to play?
Free Willy. This is the only Free Willy film in which Willy is played by Keiko. An animatronic killer whale played Willy in the sequels.
There is one thing that has nourished our soul.
Armageddon. NASA shows this film during their management training program. New managers are given the task of trying to spot as many errors as possible. At least 168 have been found.
It's hot on the outside, icicle in the middle.
2 minutes.
But you...
Encino Man. In the scene where Brendan Fraser is eating out of the dog bowl, he is actually eating Cookie Crisp.
At least he can't climb.
Tremors. Before the film's release, Kevin Bacon called it a career low, lamenting to his pregnant wife about doing a movie on underground worms. Dazed and Confused. Reportedly, 1/6 of the budget was spent on acquiring the rights to 1970s pop hits on the soundtrack.
Calls the station. Thanks, April. We really appreciate you.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Shredder and the Foot Clan's hideout were filmed in an abandoned cement factory called the Ideal Cement Factory outside of Wilmington, North Carolina.
Excuse me, General, sir, with all due respect here, but what the...
The Rock. Some of the Navy SEALs in this movie were played by real Navy SEALs. A river runs through it. Brad Pitt trained himself to fly fish for 4 weeks before shooting. Since he was not near any river in Los Angeles, he trained on top of a building.
I'm proud of you.
So, I guess this is goodbye?
Biodome. The Biodome compound is the Donald C. Tillman Water Reclamation Plant in Van Nuys, California.
And don't eat the cat. I'll bring food home.
Jungle to Jungle. An entire day's worth of film was accidentally left in a New York City taxicab. The film was never recovered.
I'll see him. But yeah, Sister Jones in? Nope. Need this brother.
Friday. The clothes that Ice Cube wears at the beginning and end of this movie are the same clothes he wore at the end of Boys in the Hood.
Well, look, I've got a little problem.
Kingpin. The back rows of fans at the Reno Bowling Stadium are made out of cardboard. Men in Black. Tommy Lee Jones took the role of Kay after Spielberg promised a better script, unhappy with the initial draft's comic tone. Tommy Boy, sober during filming. Chris Farley swapped one addiction for another, downing up to 27 cappuccinos daily, often 3 before scenes.
We all get along like a family should.
Sling Blade. In order to make his walk more awkward and consistent, Billy Bob Thornton placed crushed glass in his shoes.
You okay?
Well, I told you I was in my...
Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. The short scene during the party where Ace pulls the cellist's arm as he walks by, making him produce a false tone, was improvised by Jim Carrey.
All right, we got him.
The Fugitive, the wrecked train and bus, remain a tourist attraction in Dillsboro, North Carolina.
Lovely shade of blue. Don't you think that's a lovely shade of blue?
Pleasantville, this film's numerous digital effects shots, blending black and white and color characters mid-movie onward, surpassed all others until Star Wars Episode 1.
Here, I just don't know. Here at Holy Cross. Sorry.
Rudy. In reality, Dan Devine supported Rudy, chose to play him, and as his friend, agreed to be the villain to ensure the film's approval. Titanic. The 1912 scenes, excluding present day and credits, span 2 hours, 40 minutes, Titanic's sinking time, with the 37-second iceberg collision matching reality.
Laugh.
Tank Girl. When Lori Petty first looked at the script, she saw a sketch of the lead character that made her laugh and say, "That's me, I'm Tank Girl."
Phoenix. So, what's with this car?
Demolition Man. Sylvester Stallone described the cryogenic freezing scene as probably the worst 5 hours I've ever had on movie sets. I was terrified.
Steam. Like a jacuzzi.
Son-in-law. Carla Gugino already had the butterfly tattoo, so it was incorporated into the script. Patch Adams, Robin Williams, and crew worked with Make-A-Wish to feature kids with cancer in pediatric ward scenes.
And don't remember a thing. Captain, why don't you cross-check Fat Bastard's profile?
Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me. Michael McDonald, flattened by a steamroller in Austin Powers, International Man of Mystery, also plays the NATO monitoring technician early in the film.
Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Yeah, hold it.
Cool Runnings. In 2015, Sanka Coffee revealed he still has Sanka's lucky eggs. They were made of rubber. Gattaca was voted by NASA scientists the most accurate science fiction film ever made. Thanks for watching. Tell me if there are any movies I missed or what your favorite was in this video. Please like, subscribe, and comment to let me know how you did.